Travis, Shane, congratulations once again. You find yourselves in the final round of this competition. Now we're sending you back to your home forges, where you will make an iconic blade from history. The Pata.
What the
The Pata was a unique gauntlet weapon developed by the Marathas of central India. This double-edged weapon had a long, flexible blade over 4 feet long. The Pata was so distinctive, it was featured in the cult classic film Willow. Instead of featuring a guard like most swords, it had a steel gauntlet that would cover the hand and sometimes even the forearm. With their arm strapped inside of the gauntlet, the user would not have the use of their wrist. Therefore, a soldier equipped with a Pata needed experience in using such a unique weapon. While the Pata was commonly used by mounted warriors, its design allowed even a soldier on foot to strike from a wider variety of angles compared to a conventional sword.
Good luck, champs. We'll see you in 5 days.
Good luck, Shane.
This is a challenge, the champion of champions. I have to push the envelope. I have to make this sword the best that I can make it. I'm gonna gamble. I'm going for Damascus. I'm starting with 17 layers, and I actually want to get to 200 layers. There's no quick and easy way to make Damascus. There's a process it has to go through, and it's just time-consuming. For that pattern to pop, I think I have to go above and beyond. I'm gonna make an impression in this block of wood, kind of the same shape of the back of my hand. I've never forged a gauntlet, so I'm limited on tools, I'm limited on knowledge. Will have to be done by eyeball and by hand.
I'm definitely happy to be back in my own shop because I make tools for a living. And I've been working on some neat little gadgets and gizmos that I think will be pretty handy. This is not a standard Forged in Fire because I'm going up against Shane Carter. I'm gonna have to bring a nice piece because he's no slouch. Can't go wrong with 5160. The Pata is a broadsword blade that linked the sword blade to the forearm to generate power through the elbow and shoulder. I'm starting to see this being, it's gonna mess up some.
It's day 2. I'm gonna spend most of the day working on that gauntlet. I have ideas in my mind, but I don't have a clear picture what the finished product's gonna be. I think that's gonna be pretty close. Actually, fabricating a knuckle, fabricating the human hand is a tough challenge. It's starting to look more like a fist. Now I'm just gonna have to get the D-guard fit to the sword. We're getting there, slowly but surely.
Well, it's day 3 and I'm ready to quench my blade. Well, here we go. What I consider the most important part of this build is the hardening of the blade. If it's soft, it's not gonna hold an edge. If you hit something, you don't want it to stay bent. I would like to do some testing. That's tough, man.
So day 4, and the sword's coming along very nicely. If I had one comment, I would say it's probably just a little bit heavy, but I went the extra mile with the pattern to give Travis a run for his money. I'm actually feeling pretty good. By the end of the day, I want to have my blade assembled. Got the blade in the vise, and I'm welding it up. I'm getting it fastened, and and a spark jumps out, and bingo, just fries the cutting edge of my blade. That means I'll have to reprofile the blade, re-etch it. If I don't reprofile it, I could have a soft spot there as well. It's definitely a disappointment because the geometry and the aesthetics of the blade are compromised, but all I can do is move forward.
Today's day 5, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I still got to build my whole gauntlet. So if I make 14 gauge, I'll make wider. Just make this, so if I make it bigger at 16 gauge, I can just tie the whole thing. On a day like this, I think I could have held a needle in my ass for 10 hours straight. I have the fist of the gauntlet. I welded that to the arm piece of the gauntlet. I welded that to the guard, to the hand piece. I still got to put a strap in. I want a freaking sheepskin in it. All right, let's go. Time is running out. That's gonna make a mess, but I don't care. Oh, this is gonna suck. God. The last 10 minutes was a... All right, that works. Oh, that piece of... I wish I could take that discoloration off. I'm out of time, right? Okay, then I'm done, right?
To see how sharp your weapons are, I will take your pata and I'll deliver 3 sharp blows on these meat carcasses. Travis, you're up first. You ready?
Might as well. I feel pretty good going into weapons testing. I know my blade has good geometry and it's comfortable.
Well done.
Okay, Travis. Very nice, clean lines with your blade. On the motion, it's got great recovery. A little bit heavy for the gauntlet there, but it is wicked sharp. Your weapon will cut.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, Shane, you're up next. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, Shane, off the bat, it's very heavy, hard to handle in terms of the recovery. Your blade is gorgeous, though. Beautiful Damascus pattern. In terms of sharpness, it did almost cut through the 2 pieces over there, cut all the way to the centerpiece. So this blade will cut.
Thank you.
Now, a pata in combat had to be sharp, but it also had to be strong. So to test your blade's strength, we're going to put it in our vise and then flex it both directions to 20 degrees. If your blade's strong, it should return to true. Travis, you're up first. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm pretty nervous right now. Anytime somebody shoves your tip in a vise and goes bending on it, you can't help but think something bad's gonna happen.
20. Looks good so far. All right, Travis. You know, everything's still right and tight up here. Your connection to the gauntlet's very solid. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Shane, your turn.
Let's do it.
10. 20. All right, going the other way. 10. Ooh, 20. All right, well, Shane, I was actually worried more about the connection right here flexing, since you've got it supported on that one side. But your blade is true.
Thank you.
To see how much lethal damage your weapon can do, I will deliver some killing blows on this big carcass. Travis, you're up first. Ready?
Sure.
Travis, your design of your pata feels good when you're thrusting. It went all the way through the carcass. On a diagonal slice, almost cut all the way through the pig carcass. Overall, sir, your blade will kill. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Shane, you're up next. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Okay, Shane, your edge geometry on your blade is on the thicker side, so it tends to chop as opposed to slice through. But in terms of a thrust like that in cuts, it's very lethal. Those kinds of damages will kill. Good job.
Thank you.
Travis, Shane, the Forged and Fired champion of champions is... Travis, congratulations. Shane, this time your blade did not make the cut.
Shane, we asked you to turn in an iconic weapon from history. What you turned in is fitting of a Forged and Fired champion, but the weight and edge geometry of your blade affected its performance. It underperformed in the sharpness and kill test. It's for that reason we're letting you go.
Shane, please surrender your weapon.
Travis built a better weapon than I built. I got beat. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been an honor to come back as a champion. The reason I came back is to become a better bladesmith, and that's what Forged in Fire does. So when I get home, I'm going to spend time with my family and get back to work.
Travis, you beat out 3 others to become our champion of champions. Congratulations. You will also be receiving a check for $10,000. Good job.
This is awesome. Shane is a very skilled guy, and it was really neat competing against him. It felt really good winning Forged in Fire once, and to be able to do it again and say that I'm a champion of champions is a pretty neat feeling. But I gotta head home and build some grinders.